All right, guys, we are in section 8 of that worksheet, factoring trinomials, where a is going to be greater than 1. So now we have a number in the front. We have here 2x squared minus 5x minus 3. We're going to end up with that being the same thing as 2x plus 1 times x minus 3. We don't have a GCF overall, but we're going to create one so we can factor easily. You're going to take your a times your c, which is negative 6. What are factors of negative 6? Okay, those are all the factors of negative 6. We want to create a pair that when you add them up, you will get negative 5x. So we're going to have 2x squared, your two factors minus 3. We're just going to give this a makeover. We're going to make it prettier and make it easier to factor. So a 2 and a negative 3 do not add up to negative 5, and negative 2 and a 3 do not add up to negative 5, a 1 and a 6 do not add up to negative 5, but these do. So we have a positive 1x and a negative 6x. Okay, it does not matter the order you do it in, you'll get the same result. Now when you have 4 terms, you can group. You'll see an x here. And do I take out a 3 or a negative 3? Well, if you take out a 3, you're left with a negative 2. We want a positive 2. As Miss Baresic says, matchy, matchy. Okay, so we need to take out a negative 3 to get the same thing twice. Once you do that, you'll see that there is a GCF of 2x plus 1, and you're left with x minus 3. The end. Okay. All right, I'm going to do a few of these with you, and then you're going to try the rest on your own. Okay, so we're going to try, we already did the first one. We're going to do number 2, which is 3x squared plus 10x minus 8. Okay, 3 times 8 is 24, but it's a negative 24. So what are factors of negative 24? They're going to give us 10. So we want to put 2 factors in here, okay, and replace that 10, give it a makeover. Well, factors of 10 are going to be 6 and 4. So negative 6, positive 4, but that doesn't give me a 10. Let's try another one. See, we have 12 and negative 2. No, that gives, oh, it does give me 10. All right, so a positive 12x and a negative 2x. So now we're going to group the first, and we want x plus 4 again, so let's take out a negative 2. If you wonder how to do that, take out a positive 2, and if it doesn't work, then you know you had to take out the negative. Now we've created a GCF of x plus 4, and we are left with 3x minus 2. Okay. All right, number 3. 2y squared plus 15y plus 7. We do a times c to get 14. It's a positive 14. So what are factors of 14 that give you 15? We want to give this a makeover so that we have 2 numbers here. Okay, it's easier to factor. Well, factors of 14 are 1 and 14, 2 and 7. Do either one give us 15? Yeah, the 1x or the 1y and the positive 14. It doesn't matter the order you put them in, it will work every time. So between these two, we can use grouping to get a GCF. Yay, we got the same thing twice. So between these two, you're going to take out a 2y plus 1, and you're left with y plus 7. That's it. All right, next one. Number 4. Start pausing the video, trying it on your own, and then watching. A times C, which is 28. but I need a negative 11. So positive numbers aren't going to give me a negative 11. So a negative times a negative is going to give you a positive 4, or I'm sorry, positive 28, but we need negative numbers. So I need a negative 28 and a negative 1. That's not going to give me negative 11, so cut it in half. What about a negative 2 and a negative 14? Does that give me 11? No. What about a negative 7 and a negative 4? That gives me negative 11. So 7a squared, we're changing this middle a to a negative 7a and a negative 4a to get the negative of 11. Now we can use grouping to create a GCF. So I better get a minus 1 again. So 7a minus 4, a minus 1. A times c is 30. I want a positive 17 in the middle. So 30 is 5 and 6. That does not give me 17. 30 is 2 and 15. That does give me 17. So I'm going to rewrite this as 4 terms. And it doesn't matter the order you complete it in. Okay, so here I'm going to have an n, and I'm left with a 5n plus 2. Here, they share a 3. I'm going to have a 5n plus 2. Math is sure beautiful. It is, because it didn't matter which way I did it, it just works out. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Number 6, you're going to have 4y plus 2, or squared, I apologize, plus 8y plus 3. A times c is 12. I need factors of 12 that give me 8. So factors of 12 are 1 and 12, 2 and 6. Yep, that's 8. So the more you do this, you're just kind of on autopilot, and your brain can just start factoring. If you don't get the same thing twice, matchy-matchy, then you did something wrong. So the GCF here is 2y plus 1. When you factor it out, you're left with 2y plus 3. The beauty of math is you can always check your work. If you're not sure, 2y times 2y is 4y squared. 2y times 3 is 6, 7, 8, and it should work. So you FOIL to check your work. First, outer, inner, last. All right, number 7 is 3x squared plus 4x minus 7. 3 times negative 7 is going to be negative 21. What are factors of negative 21 that are going to give you 4? So negative 21 and 1. Negative 7 and 3. Well, that gives you not a positive 4, it gives you a negative 4, so 7 and negative 3 would work. Like I said, either order is fine. So here, you're going to take out an x, and you want a plus, so you're going to take out a negative. Like I said, if you didn't do that, you'll see very quick. I'm just going to take a negative out. You'll see very quick that it wouldn't work. There was no GCF to take out, but if you take a negative out, you'll get the same thing twice. So technically what's right here? A 1. This one's a little different and tricky. So this is your GCF. And what are you left with? X minus 1. The end. All right, number 8. Two times 15 is 30. What are factors of 30 that give you 13? 3 and 10. Okay, so 2x squared, we're just giving it a makeover so that we can take out a GCF. When we do that, we're going to get a 2x plus 3 here, so I better get a 2x plus 3 again. Yeah, if I take out a 5, I'll get a 2x plus 3 again. That's your GCF. You're left with x plus 5. Number 9. 9 times 8 is negative 72. We need factors of negative 72 that are going to give you positive 6. Well, I know 9 times 8, that's not going to give me positive 6. What if I did 18 times 4? Does that give me positive 6? Because one has to be negative, one has to be positive. No. What about 24 and 3? No. What about, let's see, is there anything that gives me a positive 6? 72 divided by 2 is 36 and 2. That's not going to give me a positive 6. One has to be negative. 72 divided by 3 is 3 and 24. That's not going to work. I already did that one. Divided by 4, we already did that one. Let's divide by 5, wouldn't work. 6 and 12. Does 6 and 12 work? Yeah. So what must be negative? I want a positive. So you might have to work a little bit with some of these. So you just go down your list, like, how would you do that? Well, divide by 2, divide by 3, divide by 4, divide by 5 didn't work. 6, that works. So sometimes you have to do a little guesswork. All right, between these two, you have a 3y, and you're left with a 3y plus 4. So I better be left with a 3y plus 4 again, but I want to take out the negative, so I receive, 2. Got it backwards here. Okay, now I see the same thing twice. So the GCF isn't a tiny little number. It's now a quantity, a binomial, and you're left with 3y minus 2. The end. All right, I'm going to do one more, and then you can do the rest on your own. Last one I'm going to do with you is number 10. 6x squared minus 7x minus 20. A times c is negative 120. What are factors of 120 that give you negative 7? We'll just go down your list. Okay, just take 120 divided by 2. 2 and 60 will never give you 7. 120 divided by 3. 3 and 4, or 40 and 3 will never give you 7. 120 divided by 4. 120 divided by 5. 120 divided by 6. 120 divided by 7. That's not even pretty. Divided by 8. Does 8 and 15 somehow give you 7? Absolutely. So positive 15 and a negative 8, or is it a negative 15 and a positive 8? Well, you want a negative 7. So it's going to be 6x squared minus 15x plus 8x minus 20. Here, you're going to take out a GCF of 3x and be left with 2x minus 5. Here, you're going to take out a 2. Is there anything bigger? 4. Okay, so if you take out a 4, you're left with 2x minus 5 again. So that is your GCF. The end. Okay, so complete 11 through 20. And yeah, we're going to be, well, this is all I'm going to require from that worksheet. So that'll be your last one with this worksheet, and then submit the whole thing into your folder. And you're done with this worksheet now.